All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the County Cemeteries Committee for November 13th, 2025. Welcome, everybody, to this meeting. Just a reminder that this meeting is being live streamed and will be posted on the Foothills County website for your pleasure. The first item on our agenda this morning is introductions, and we need to introduce our newly anointed councillor, Laura Kendall, to the committee. And Laura, would you like to introduce yourself and say a few words?
I'm Laura Kendall. I'm a longtime Millerville resident, born and raised out here. And I just got elected to council less than a month ago. So happy to be joining the Cemeteries Committee.
And welcome you aboard to this committee. And also, I'd like to take a moment to thank former councillor Barb Castell for her years of service to this committee, and we wish her well on her future endeavors. Thank you, Barb. Item number 3 is the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to today's agenda? I would go to Mr. Michelle Allen, I guess, for that. Or anybody who wants to alter the agenda.
I do not have any additions or deletions. Candace?
Candace, nothing? You're muted. You're muted.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Okay, so we have an agenda in front of us with no additions or deletions. I'll look for a motion to approve today's agenda.
You want me to do that?
Please.
Okay, I give you the motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, and I also approve that. So we'll call that motion.
I wonder if she's not
okay, item number 4 is the council members' acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Do we need to speak to that?
We're not good.
Johanna and Miss Anthony, you're still alive, Mike. Anybody want to speak to that, or do I just want to read this out?
If I might, Mr. Chairman?
Please.
I believe that you can, this motion can be read out. It's just an acknowledgement of the appointees by council to the Cemeteries Committee.
Okay, and that's a actual motion. So, Councillor Kendall, would you read that motion out to us, please?
Yes, I will give you that motion.
Can you read it out for the?
Read it out. Item number 4. You just want me to read this out?
Yeah.
Proposed motion to acknowledge the following council member appointments to the County Cemeteries Committee by Foothills County Council on October 29th, 2025. Division 3 Councillor Laura Kendall, Division 5 Councillor Alan Alger, Division 7 Councillor R.D. McHugh.
Thank you. All in favor of that motion? I am. And Ms. Kendall is, so
yeah.
We'll call that approved. Okay, item number 5 is the adoption of the September 18th minutes. And I looked at those minutes and I thought they were in perfect order. Does anybody on staff have any questions or concerns with the minutes? And not seeing any, so I will move that we adopt the September 18th, 2025 minutes as presented and amended. And we'll move on to number 6, which is the cemetery specialist report by our cemetery specialist, Candace Anthony. And the only thing I can say is that the numbers on the top of the pages are 4.1 and it should be 6.1. I'll just make that correction for the minutes also. I'll go ahead, cemetery specialist, please, with the report.
Thank you. Good morning, committee members. The current work since our May 22nd, 2025 meeting, all the cemetery inspections have been good. There's been 4 plot licenses in the Cayley Cemetery, 1 full burial interment in the Cayley Cemetery, 2 cremation interments in the Cayley Cemetery, 2 plot licenses in the Davisburg Cemetery, 2 plot licenses and 6 cremation interments in the Gladys Union Cemetery, 2 plots on hold in the Gladys Union Cemetery, 2 cremation interments in the Pine Creek Cemetery, 14 monument installations in all of our cemeteries, and fall cleanup has started. I can open up for any questions if anyone has any.
Okay, that's pretty busy.
Pretty
Super
busy.
busy. Yeah. Comments, questions, concerns? Councillor Kendall, got anything? You're all good?
Well, when you say pretty busy, so it's usually like half that, or?
It depends from year to year, but this summer and fall has been not or like pretty ordinary, but yeah, the end of the summer and into fall, everyone's in a rush to get their monuments in and get their cremation interments in before it freezes. So we do stay pretty busy.
Good, thanks.
And some licensing there, so that's good.
Yep.
Okay, and how's the cleanup going? Is it started, or we just go one at a time kind of thing through all our cemeteries?
On the inventory?
Mm-hmm. The cleanup.
Fall cleanup. Oh, fall cleanup. Yep. Sorry,
Sorry.
Alan, you're breaking up a bit. I couldn't hear you. So yeah, I go through basically cemetery to cemetery. My main focus is right now is Pine Creek and Foothills. And then as the weeks carry on, we'll go down the line, Davisburg, Gladys Union, Blackie, and Cayley.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, if there's no other questions, I will look for a motion from Councillor Kendall to accept cemetery specialist report and place it on file for information purposes.
Okay, I will move to accept Candace Anthony's the cemetery specialist report and place on file for information purposes. Sorry, I hope that was clear.
That was perfect. All in favor of the motion? Signify aye, say yay, or thank you. All right, on to 6.2, the year-to-date inventory by cemetery specialist Anthony Goy.
Yeah, before you just have our inventory count in all our cemeteries as of November 4th. So you can see the different activity that's happened throughout the year. You get one of these once a year, so it's kind of nice to see the numbers, how they change and fluctuate or don't change in some situations.
Right, okay, looking at, so no plots in Pine Creek, lots of room in the Columbarium, which is good.
Columbariums haven't had the uptake I was anticipating, but I think in time they will. I think just our rural cemeteries, everyone's still pretty traditional and doing in-ground interments, which is definitely okay as well. I do want to mention to Councillor Kendall that part of the reason why we are busier during the summer months and into the fall is because we have a winter interment rates that start from November 1st until the spring. So a lot of people get their cremated remains, family members interred during those summer months.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Could you just, I could look it up later, but what is the difference between a columbaria and a niche?
They're the same thing. The columbarium's the structure, and the niche is the individual space within the structure that holds the cremated remains.
Oh, okay. And how many niches are there usually on a columbaria, or it depends?
It depends which style and which size, but yeah, we have a 54 niche grain elevator style columbarium in Blackie and Cayley. And Davisburg, we have two. Oh, sorry, I didn't update Davisburg. We actually have another new columbarium. My apologies. So we actually have 2 columbariums there. And then the Gladys Union Cemetery in Pine Creek have one octagon-shaped columbarium. It's called the Four Seasons, and it holds 72. Sorry, it has 72 niches, and each niche can hold 2 urns.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
4 seasons. Yeah, you want to go over the Councilor Campbell will see. Sometimes our committee's tours, but if you want to go on your own and go to the Blackie Gate and see the ones that are shaped like grain elevators, are absolutely phenomenal to look at.
Yeah, I drive by there once in a while, so I will do that.
Yep, it's worth the drive. Okay, I would love a motion then to, sorry, is there any other questions that anyone has about the inventory? And I would look for a motion to accept the report.
Okay, I move to accept the 2025 year-to-date report and place on file for information purposes.
Thank you. All in favor of that motion? Motion carries. Item number 7 is the work item update. And that will be Ms. Corchella. Please go ahead.
It hasn't been a very successful year in getting a lot of projects finished. However, which one are we going to start? We'll start on the top here with the cemetery software and GIS integration. We're still working through the files for Gladys Union. There is a little bit of discrepancy between the digital files and the survey, or what's on the ground. Hopefully we'll have that offset sorted out shortly. We're still struggling a little bit with the Davisburg Cemetery survey and finalizing that. The contact with the Davisburg rights holders has not been completed as yet, because we've had some conflicting information in our records that we're sorting out at the same time. The new cemetery process, the research and the report, I have to go back through and ensure that all the documentation through the province is the current documentation, because I do see that they made a few changes. With the Davisburg Church, I'm looking at if we still have enough time to get some eavesdropping, and if we have a bit of funding left over that we can, in our operations, that we can get the eavesdrop of both the north and the south side. And
Okay.
then,
Yeah.
do you have any questions about the top projects that are there?
The cleaning of the church is complete, right?
It was completed in the spring after the construction. But as the wind blows, we find that there's dust, obviously.
Yep.
We are in a position where we could not rent out the church this summer. And that is based on a requirement that we have through safety codes. In order for the church to be able to be used, we have to have washroom facilities. So in the budget for next year, there is that request that we can put a portable washroom out there, and so that it meets the requirements for renting that space. So the benches. The benches are all built. The benches are waiting to be installed. The pads have been placed. However, we have a little bit of difficulty with the adhering of the benches to the pads. We did not go with concrete, which was a considerable reduction in cost. But we're working through a couple of issues with the adhering or bolting the benches to the bases. And that should be sorted out shortly as to the best way to do that. Fencing at Gladys is again, we're still struggling with finding a fencer to put in posts. And this time of year, everybody's trying to get their spring work done for next spring now. The fencers are super busy, but we press on and we hope to at least get the fence posts in and the materials for that we just can place in the spring. And that's all I have. Do you have any questions on any of those?
Can you remind me on the fencing? What did we decide the plastic PVC?
For sure.
Rail?
So the upright posts will be wooden posts, and then the anticipation is to use it's called horse fencing, and I don't know if you've ever. Well, I think Alan, you have some out your way, and it is a plastic fence, like the wires, and I can send you both some pictures of what we're anticipating. It is a bit more manageable. It looks a bit better, and it's the metal posts and the barbed wire will be gone. That's the intent, so that it makes that northeast corner respectable. But it's still, it will still maintain visual clarity when you're looking to the west as you're coming out on that that avenue street.
Question.
Okay.
Street 96. That,
And that's,
Candace,
okay.
and that's Gladys?
That's Gladys Union, yeah.
Okay. And sorry, the cemetery software and GIS integration, is that for plot location and things like that, or?
Thank you. The original intent was to integrate with the county financial and corporate software. However, the requirements that we have are not necessarily or do not necessarily match with the corporate software. The GIS component, yes, is intended for so that we have digital maps, so that for the future we will be able to do locates based on a digital as opposed to having paper maps out with us. The data will be able to be managed on who licensees are, rights holders are, occupied, licensed, licensed but not occupied, and to keep track of our monuments as well. So that is the scope. It has become a little bit larger just because of some technical difficulties with the surveys. And we are excited that there is that movement for the monument or the permitting software that that project is on its way corporately, and hopefully that we'll be able to dovetail into that with both our monument permits and with our contracts.
Okay, thank you. And the survey with wood, sorry, maybe I missed that. Finalized survey with wood.
Yes, thank you for that question. So unfortunately, when the older cemeteries, and even with Blackie and Kaylee, when they were transferred to us, the surveys, well, there weren't any surveys. There were drawings in most cases, but they were not very helpful in a lot of cases because they don't pinpoint exactly where the plots are. And so that's what part of this process is, to try and match up what is out in the cemeteries with the paper records that we have.
Okay,
and
good.
So Pine Creek has been surveyed, and Davisburg has been surveyed. Gladys Union has been surveyed. Blackie and Cayley have a survey of sorts that was done in 2010, along with some GPS work, but are some ground print GPR work, sorry. But it is, again, it needs to be corrected to what we can understand and that we have more confidence in. The surveys are also important for us as we move forward to do more development in each of the cemeteries. So if we're putting in a concrete ribbon where the monuments are placed upon, we need to know that those are in the right location.
Right, good to know.
Good to know where everybody is.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yes.
That's the important part. Okay, any other questions? Not seeing any. I would like a motion by Councillor, please, for item number 7.
Okay, I move to accept the 2025 work item update as presented and place on file for information purposes.
Perfect. All in favor of that motion, please. Motion passed. Motion approved. Item number 8 is a round table. That's kind of just a general go around the board. Anybody has anything they want to ask or add or contribute to today's meeting? Not seeing anything. So item number 9 is our past meetings of. Did you say something, Hannah? You want something?
If I might,
Please.
Councillor Kendall, if you would like a tour of any of the cemeteries in the meantime, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and we can meet you at a cemetery or anything like that.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah, just so that I can, because I don't think I've visited any of these cemeteries, to tell you the truth. So yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
You'll be impressed with Pine Creek.
There you go.
You'll enjoy Creek. Okay, item number 9 is our 2025 meetings that we have as of today is our last one, 2025. And 9.1 is our proposed 2026 meeting schedule. The third Thursday of odd months generally, and the next one is scheduled for January 15th. Does anybody have any concerns or questions about that schedule? And if not, I would look for a motion to approve those meeting dates.
Yeah, I move to approve the 2026 County Cemeteries Committee meeting schedule as presented or amended.
Okay. All in favor of that, please. Motion passes. Thank you for that. Our next meeting is January 15th, I said 2026 at 9:30 in the AM. And I'll have one more look around the board and see if anybody has anything to add. And I'm not seeing that. So as the chair, and we have a date for our next meeting, I can adjourn this meeting and thank you all for your attendance and look forward to seeing you at the next one. And thank you, Ms. Fairweather, for helping us out with this